the voice is shot, but we're going to do this anyway. This week at this conference has been an amazing week for me. And I got to say, I am blessed that I am able to come to these conferences. I'm basically at a different conference almost every month. What I get out of these conferences, I think is something that a lot of creators should work towards. And I'll tell you why. Every time I come to one of these events, I meet somebody, maybe just one person, but at least somebody that inspires and sparks creativity. And it just reminds me that what I'm doing is the right thing. At this particular conference, I would say I met about 15 people who I connected with and just kind of remind me why what I'm creating is actually the right thing to do. And I'm not necessarily a person who needs validation, but I'm not dumb. Validation feels good. I had a chance today to talk with somebody towards the end of the event, and she was super excited to come up and talk to me. And she's like, "You inspired me from your session yesterday. I did my talk yesterday about starting with video and why video is super important, especially for someone who's in the business." And she runs a very professional and like sort of well-run law business, but just wants to add video to, their setup situation. You know what the right word is. And she's like super inspired to jump into the video game. And we just got to talking. And it's interesting that even through coaching someone, I basically gave her like a free 30-minute coaching session. And even through coaching her, I'm inspired by what I'm doing. And it's funny because I have been to places where I've been told to write down who inspires you. And I remember saying on the last time I had that question, I don't mean to be a smartass, but I look for inspiration in myself. And one of the reasons why I do that is some of the people that I used to look up to let you down because they just do foolish things. And I remember my roommate Jay and I sat around trying to figure out how we were going to get into the Kevin Spacey Film School. Look how that worked out when I wanted to go deep into film. So it's interesting how you can find inspiration inside yourself. And I know that there are people watching this video who don't have the opportunity or the means to get out and go enjoy a conference like this and get to meet new people outside of their town. But you can look for that in your own town. I think we have become a little bit too siloed in our environments, and we don't step outside our coworkers, our friends, and our families. Go find a club to join in your neighborhood. Go start a walking photography group. Go start a content creation group of people who are like-minded, who want to create content in your area, and meet once a month for coffee and go hang out. When I was in Atlanta last summer and I was with Michelle and Kathy and Stevie and some other people, we were just hanging out and having burritos at a burrito stand. Kayla was there as well. And I met another cool creator, Kim Young. And it's kind of interesting that I've been to 2 other conferences where I run into him, but at that time he wasn't even at the conference. He just happened to be at the place we were eating burritos, and you link up. So today I'm in the law conference here, and I'm talking to 2 different people who happen to know somebody I met at the podcast conference in Chicago a couple of weeks back. So it's a much smaller world, and you can meet some really incredible people. But I think too many people sit in their house and complain about their situation not changing, but they don't put themselves in position to catch the change. If you have done this week everything that you always do every week, then this week will be the same as it was last week. Maybe a little wetter, maybe a little hotter, maybe a little colder, but nothing else really changes. Nothing changes if nothing changes. You've heard me say that before. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Grab a bulletin board at your next trip to the Piggly Wiggly. See if there's a club you can join. See if there's an organization. Go volunteer at Goodwill or Salvation Army or something. Find a way to put yourself in a position to go meet new people and get inspired. Don't close yourself in. Yeah, I don't really, that's the best way I could think to find some creativity. Go on a walkabout, grab your camera, and just go explore your own neighborhood. But if you have the ability to come to some conferences, like we got Creator Camp coming, you're going to want to go to that. If you have a chance to get out and go to conferences and meet people, especially people where they're creating content, there is nothing finer. And I'm inspired, and thank you to all of the cool people I met this week. I'm going to be grabbing some new coaching people that I can work with, and it just makes me excited. It just does. And I don't seem like it because I'm trying not to wake my neighbors because it's almost 12 o'clock and we just had a crazy after party. And of course, there was a lot of singing. I don't know who needed this, but if it was you, let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, press the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. If you feel inspired by anything to go out and meet some new people, try some new things, do a little switch up. You could do something as simple as rearrange the room that you created, and it will spark a different feel. But if you're inspired to try something new, let me know in the comment section below. And right about now, the algorithm is going to show you another video that I think you should watch. I agree with them.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know.